Hey, I'm Angie with Adventures in No Madness, and that is North Cascades National Park. I'm hiking solo today. Why? Well, Ronda just didn't feel like it, and it was such a beautiful day I didn't want to pass up the opportunity. With hiking solo, there sometimes can be a few challenges, but I wanted to share how I stay safe and how I make sure my family knows I'm safe when I'm out here by myself. How about a little background on my backcountry history? My first career was in aviation. I was an airplane mechanic, but I got tired of that and then went into Parks and Rec management. That took me a couple different areas. I was a park ranger, did some guided hiking up in Alaska and down here in Washington, including here in the North Cascades. So I'm pretty comfortable with the backcountry, and I've done a few backcountry solo overnight camping trips and a lot of solo hiking throughout the years. So I'm pretty comfortable out here. It's always, better to hike with other people if you can, but sometimes it's not always possible. You don't want to give up the opportunity if you don't have to. So when I suggested to Ronda today, she was pretty tired, didn't feel like hiking. I'm like, well, I'm still gonna go. She's like, I don't know how I feel about that. It took her all of about 20 seconds to be like, yeah, you should go, because she's the most supportive spouse in the whole history of spouses that there are. And so there's a few things that we do to make sure I'm safe and that she knows I'm safe when I'm out here in the backcountry. So here's the things that I do when I'm a solo backcountry hiker. Number one, I go and look at the Washington Trails Association or any trails app, wherever you're going to be. Get the trip report, see what the trip conditions are, and make sure that this is a trail that is within your abilities to do. There is these little snowfields you have to cross too, which is fun. It's just soft enough that you don't slip off of it, so I don't need any micro spikes, although I have seen people using them. So one thing I did do is read the trip report. A lot of people said they didn't need the micro spikes. Some people said they did, so you have to trust your own judgment and do what you're comfortable with. Another thing that you can do is when I was in the parking lot today, I kind of hung out for a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that there was other hikers around. This is a loop trail and people will start either direction. There's actually some hikers right over to my left, and as we go past the snowfield up here, I'm going to sort of hang close to them just in case. Was looking in the parking lot to see if people were going on the trail at the same time as me, so that I knew the people were ahead of me and I knew people were behind me. Also, because there's people on the opposite way of the trail coming, I know as I keep going on this trail that there's going to be people out there. If you're a solo hiker and you're a little nervous about going out on your solo hike, you might think about finding a popular trail, maybe something that's an out and back, so that if you go up there, people are always going to be coming back down towards the way that you are. One of the other things I did is there's a trail register at this particular trailhead. This trail register, I could see how many people are on the trail, and I signed in. So that's a good tip, is to sign in, see what other people are doing out there. Make sure you also have your 10 essentials when you're going out by yourself. So I've got extra food, I got extra water, map, compass, I've got my bear spray, I got my poles, I got extra clothes, etc., etc. Make sure you do have all those. Really, I think the most important thing to do if you're going to go out by yourself is to actually make sure someone knows where you're going. In this case, obviously, Ronda knows exactly which trail I'm on, and we have a time. I told her I was going to be back by 4. By 5 o'clock, she'll send out the cavalry to look for me. This particular hike, there's no cell service. I cannot let her know if I'm okay or not. One thing we have not invested in yet is one of those spot satellite systems. We probably will, because we do plan on doing a lot of boondocking in the RV coming up later on this year. So it's a great way of just letting your family know, hey, if you're out of cell service, you can hit a button, they'll know that you're okay. This would be a good opportunity as well to just kind of hit that I'm okay button and let her know that I'm just fine out here. So yeah, don't let your fear of going out by yourself prevent you from actually going out by yourself. If you are, still kind of timid about going out on a hike by yourself, there's tons of resources, meetup groups in the Seattle area. There's a mountaineers group, and they do tons of hiking. So there's tons of guided hiking and tons of groups that you can go with. And that's a great way of still getting out there without going by yourself if you don't want to. Personally, this is a fantastic day. I do wish Ronda was here, because this is so beautiful and I wish I could share this with her. But when you live in an RV that's super small like ours, you tend to be attached at the hip all the time. So this is a kind of a nice way to do our own thing today. And of course you may want to think about having some sort of weapon, something on you that you can actually scare off. I have bear spray that works great against obviously bears, but that works great against people too. Do I pack a gun when I hike? Not usually, but occasionally, but that's completely up to you, and it depends on where you're at too, if you really want to do that or not. I know plenty of people and women that do when they hike solo. So that's completely up to your discretion if you want to do that, but I do have bear spray and that does work as a great deterrent on two-legged or four-legged creatures. The best thing about hiking solo is you can go at your own pace. I love hiking with the dogs, but they definitely slow us down. So I can stop and dawdle, take as many photos as I want. Matter of fact, I would be way out here past the time I told Rhonda if I could, because the wildflowers are off the charts. And obviously, as you can see, the mountain scenery is off the charts. And to me, really the best part about going solo on a hike, oh, what a sense of accomplishment. You feel like a rock star when you're done. And I'm nowhere near done. About 1,500 feet left of elevation drop before getting back to the parking lot. And probably a couple miles left. But wow. And wow. And wow.